Welcome to downtown Gonzales, Louisiana for today's REV Game of the Week. We are at Lady Spartan Field near the campus of East Ascension High School as our spring season begins, and we're going to begin with softball. Prairieville High, the Lady Canes, will take on the East Ascension Lady Spartans. I'm Jeff Porsche, and I'll be bringing you this broadcast here tonight. And we'll take a break, and we'll bring it to you live on the REV Game of the Week.
Global industries rely on GIS for design, construction, fabrication, and more.
At GIS, we rely on REV Business for all of our internet connectivity. REV's dedicated fiber network fuels all of our client work and project timelines. Our large CAD files require a ton of bandwidth, and we communicate in real time with no lagging. REV connects us to the world with incredible speed and reliability. They really know how to drill down.
REV Business. Fiber internet, phone, video. Visit letsrev.biz.
Chris's Specialty Foods has you covered for tailgating this season. We do all the prep work so you can spend time enjoying your family and friends. Steaks, burgers, sausage, chicken, wild game, and many other great pork options. Our central location is now open on Wax Road behind the Walmart. And the new Highland location serves hot lunches and has a meeting space for your work team. New Orleans and Millerville are rocking as well. It's fast, affordable, and delicious. It's Chris's Specialty Foods.
Everybody loves Chris's.
Hi, I'm Haley Leindecker with Action Therapy and Wellness in Gonzales, and I'm here to show you simple exercises to improve shoulder strength and thoracic mobility for all athletes.
Resisted external rotation will strengthen your rotator cuff. Stand tall with your arms straight out and the elbow bent at 90 degrees. Keeping your elbow in place, rotate your arm outward against the resistance. For internal rotation, set up the same 90-90 arm position, but with the resistance anchored on the same side. Rotate your arm inward, bringing your hand towards the ground while keeping your elbow fixed. This is called open books and half kneeling. The resistance band is held forward with both hands. Rotate your upper body open to the side, pulling the band across while keeping your lower body stable.
Action Therapy and Wellness specializes in physical therapy, sports therapy, occupational, and hand therapy. Just remember, no referrals needed. Give us a call today.
From jambalaya, pastalaya, and gumbo to daily lunch specials, Pot and Paddle Jambalaya Kitchen has Cajun dishes to satisfy your hunger. Pot and Paddle has 3 locations to serve you, including the one on Cabela's Parkway in Gonzales, Jefferson Highway near Blue Bonnet in Baton Rouge, and Jubin Crossing in Denham Springs. You can dine in, carry out, or let them do the catering for an office get-together or tailgating at the big game. And don't forget about their delicious daily lunch specials. You can check out their specials and more on the web at potandpaddle.com.
We're back at Lady Spartan Field on the campus of East Ascension High School. I'm Jeff Porsche, and we're ready to bring you the REV Game of the Week, softball versus Prairieville and East Ascension. As you see, these two teams are very close in terms of record and district schedule. The Lady Canes 6-3. The Lady Spartans are 7-2. They both are 1-1 in district play. The Prairieville Lady Canes have a victory over Denham Springs and a loss to Dutchtown in district. East Ascension has a win over Walker and a loss to Sanamaw in district. So this ought to be a great game here today as we look at the softball records, and not much of a surprise. Sanamaw's on top. They're always at or near the top. East Ascension's close by. They're 1-1, but so is Prairieville, so is Dutchtown. So all of the Ascension Parish schools are in pretty good shape right now. Walker has a big win over Dutchtown, and they are 1-1. And then taking up the rear right now are Live Oak and Denham Springs. And so it's going to be a great district season here in District 5, 5A. Usually you get at least 2 teams in Sulphur from this district, and wouldn't be surprised if that happens again. Wouldn't be surprised if East Ascension winds up being one of those teams that's in the mix for a postseason berth to Sulphur and the Final Four. So I'm Jeff Porsche, and we are here with you, and we are just moments away from the start of today's game, and we can take a look at the coaches right now, and we'll start by looking at the Prairieville head coach, and there he is right there, Todd Scholes. He's in his second season at Prairieville, and he's 17 and 24. He won a state championship at DeRidder. Then he went to Hahnville, and then he moved from Hahnville to Prairieville. This is his second season. He's got a roster that's filled with freshmen and sophomores. This is a young team, but they're already very competitive and could be a contender for a playoff berth this season. Now over at East Ascension, you got Tony Ricca, and she came from Dutchtown, originally from John Curtis. That's where she played, and she was an assistant under Nancy Insminger at Dutchtown, and that's a great shot of her right there as she has come and basically taken this program that was having a lot of problems, and she's turned that around very quickly, as in her first 2 seasons she made 2 quarterfinal berths and has completely done a 180 with what you've seen at East Ascension with this very strong and powerful senior class that we're going to talk about later on today, led by Caden Tullier. And so that's where we stand as we get into the beginning of this game. As you can see, we're just about ready. As you can see on the right side, Prairieville there along the first base dugout. They're going to be wearing their road grays. And then you see the umpires heading to home plate. And now Coach Tony is going to meet up with Coach Scholes right there as Nolan gets a great shot, as he always does, of the live action as he gets in the picture as well. As Coach Scholes comes in, they're going to talk about the ground rules, and they're going to exchange their lineups and get everything underway. We'll keep it here as we watch this taking place, and it's only Tuesday in the week, but both of these teams have been very active already. Both of these teams played a game Monday. Prairieville took on St. Joe's and got a win, 6-5. And Prairieville's had some nice wins. They've beaten some decent teams, and they won a district game against Denham Springs, and they only lost by 1 run to Dutchtown in a very close game with a very dramatic ending. As far as East Ascension goes, they had a big win yesterday as they ruled St. Thomas Aquinas, and that was Senior Day, and we're going to have some pictures of Senior Day in a couple of innings, and we'll talk about and pay tribute to this senior class, which has been one of the more successful senior classes in recent memory at East Ascension High School, bringing back some memories of some great days in the past. But this team is very solid. Like I said, they beat Walker in district 12-7, and then they had a loss to Santamon 15-9. They've beaten Bruley, they've beaten Lutcher, they've beaten Zachary, they've beaten St. Thomas More. And so their 2 losses come to Vanderbilt Catholic and Santamon. And so those are 2 very respectable programs, of course. And so this is a very good team, of a senior-led team that's going to make some noise, most likely. And the player that we're going to focus on primarily tonight is going to be the third baseman, Caden Tullier. And if you've been paying attention the last 3 years, you know that she is an elite player in Ascension Parish softball history. She has a .556 average going into this game, and she's already hit 8 home runs. And they've only played 9 games. So she's averaging nearly a home run a game, and she leads the team with 17 RBI. So if you want to talk about what Prairieville needs to do, that's where it begins, because you see her right there leaning against the post. She's front and center. And we are going to turn it now over to the public address announcer as we are almost ready to begin today's game.
Here are your starting lineups. First, for the visiting Lady Hurricanes, led by head coach Todd Scholl, assisted by Kayla Prater, Mackenzie King, and Shelly Mills. Leading off and playing left field, number 5, Haley DeSackery. Batting second, playing third base, number 22, Isabella Piper. Hitting third and catching, number 11, Ellie Bankston. Batting cleanup and playing second base, number 20, Allie LeBlanc. Hitting fifth, the designated player, number 19, Paisley Allie. Batting sixth and playing first base, number 10, Jordan Blanchard. Hitting seventh and playing center field, number 21, Parker LaDuff. Batting eighth, playing right field, number 16, Maddie Richard. And batting 9, playing shortstop, number 7, JC Harvey. In the flex position and pitching, number 34, Brooke Clement. And the rest of your Lady Hurricanes. And now the starting lineup for the home team, the Lady Spartans, led by Coach Tony Ricca, assisted by Christy Freed and Ron Porsche. Leading off and playing third base, number 43, Caden Touye. Batting second, playing first base, number 10, Mackenzie Creel. Hitting third, playing right field, number 11, Emma Blanchard. Batting cleanup, playing second base, number 23, Adeline Bradbury. Hitting fifth as the designated player, number 8, Savannah Baker. Batting sixth, playing shortstop, number 2, Madison Stevens. Hitting seventh and pitching, number 5, Tyranny Zimmons. Batting eighth and catching, number 55, Avery Stevens. And batting ninth, playing left field, number 7, Zakiah Jackson. In the flex position, playing center field, number 31, Hartley Berthelot. And the rest of your Lady Spartans. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you please rise and remove your caps as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
We are ready for softball as you see the starting lineup for the Prairieville Lady Canes. Leading off in left field, number 5, Haley Fasackley. Batting second, third baseman 22, Isabella Piper. Batting third, number 11, the catcher, Ellie Bankston. Cleanup, Allie LeBlanc. She's number 20 and will play second base. Designated player, number 19, Paisley Allie. And then number 10, Jordan Blanchard at first. Number 21, Parker LaDuff will play center. In right field, number 16, Madeline Richard. And batting ninth, number 7, J.C. Harvey, who will be playing shortstop. That's the lineup that will try to get a victory over a new pitcher for East Ascension High School. And her name is Tierney Zenon. And she is new to East Ascension. She comes to East Ascension from St. James as she is making her 6th start. She is 3-1 with a 4.87 earned run average. And she splits time with Savannah Baker, who of course is a veteran pitcher for East Ascension. So you got two solid pitchers kind of rotating for the Lady Spartans, and we are ready for softball. And the first pitch, it's a strike call to Haley Fiss-Sackerly. She's hitting .321 on the season. It's a beautiful day. 77 degrees, wind blowing out to left field about 8 miles an hour. Could see some long balls out to left today. Next pitch, misses. 1-1 is the count. So for Sackerly, she's had 28 at-bats and 9 hits so far. She has 8 RBIs on the season. Misses again, 2-1. On deck, Isabella Piper. This Prairieville team, even though they're young and have a lot of freshmen and sophomores in their lineup, they are capable of hitting the long ball. Now, Fiss-Sackerly doesn't have any on the season, and that hits her on the foot, and she's going to take first base. So we have our first base runner of the day, and that's Fiss-Sackerly at first. She has 1 stolen base on the season, and now Isabella Piper will come to the plate, and she's hitting .333. So Zenon hits the first batter. No outs, runner on first. Pitch is low. 1 ball, no strike. After a first strike to Fiss-Sackerly, Zenon's had a little trouble finding the strike zone. Takes a look at her armband, and she's ready. And it's low, and the runner is going, and she will have a stolen base as the catcher, Stevens, had trouble with the pickup right there. So that's the second stolen base of the season for Haley Fiss-Sackerly. As you see right there. Easy stolen base. Prairieville has a runner in scoring position. There's a grounder to third. Touye has it, gets up, and makes the throw to first for the first out, and the runner goes to third on the throw and is safe. And we'll look at the defensive lineup for East Ascension after this replay.
Let's go, LA!
As you see in the outfield, Jackson, Berthelot, and Blanchard. Infield at first, Creel. Second base, Bradbury. Third base, Touye. Shortstop, Stevens. Zenon in the circle, and Stevens the catcher. And now the first pitch, a strike call to Ellie Bingston. She's a freshman. She has 3 home runs on the season, leads the team. Runner at third, 1 out, just underway. Low and inside. 1-1. So Fiss-Sackerly was hit by a pitch, stole second, advanced to third on the ground out to Touye, and here we are. One, 2-1. Missing low and inside again. Good shot of the freshman Bingston. She's a freshman but does not play like a freshman. Touye and Stevens on the left side of the infield playing in. And Bingston takes another ball, and it's 3-1. So ahead in the count. Zenon still having a little trouble throwing strikes. Ball 4. And so now you have runners at the corners with one out, and the cleanup hitter, Allie LeBlanc, will come to the plate. And she's a junior. She's one of the veterans, as we're going to get a visit to the circle, and that is the pitching coach at East Ascension, Ron Porsche. No relation. I do know him. We have talked about that. But he's a good coach, and he's in the circle. As you see Coach Scholes talking with his batter, and also has Fasackerly in on the discussion. Bankston also there to talk about what the strategy will be. Trying to get an early run on East Ascension and take the lead. We're just underway, top of the first. No score. Prairieville at East Ascension. Jeff Porsche with you, giving you all of the action. Glad for spring season. That means that school is in the closing stages. We're only about 2.5 months away from the end of the school year. And the first pitch is a ball. And of course the weather's better. And it's always fun to have outdoor sports. 1 ball. So LeBlanc, she has 43 plate appearances. She has 11 RBIs. Team co-leader. And a strike and a throw to second. The runner does not break from third, and Bankston will get a stolen base, and now the runners are on second and third, and that will be a 1-1 count as strike was called. Again, left side playing in. Stevens at short. Don't want to give up the early run. Ball misses. 2-1. And that's fouled, back out of play. And so now you get a 2-2 count. First 2-strike count of the day for Tyranny Zenon, who has 15 strikeouts on the season. 2-2, second and third, 1 out. Swing and a miss at one at her head. And she chased a bad pitch, and it's a strikeout, and now that's a key out for the Lady Spartans as Zenon gets her first strikeout, and now Paisley Alley will come to the plate. And Alley is a freshman, but she is the leading hitter. She is going to talk to Coach Scholes for a minute. Well, actually, Scholes is going to talk to the home plate umpire. And we're going to have a courtesy runner at second. So the courtesy runner will check in. Number 23, that is Harvey. So Harvey comes in. 2 out, second and third, first pitch to Alley is a ball high. 456 batting average. She's going to be a tough out for the Lady Spartans. So Skylar Harvey is at second base running. Fasackerly is at third and makes contact. That's the second hit batter. And now the bases are loaded. And Jordan Blanchard will come to the plate. She has a pair of RBIs on the season, 6 doubles. So she has extra base power, the ability to clear the bases. She also leads the team in hit by pitcher. So a tough situation for Zenon here. We'll see if she can get out of it with no runs. And a strike inside. Nice pitch. And the count is 0-1. Bases loaded. One behind her, and the runner is going to break to the plate and score. And Fisackerly scores the first run on a wild pitch. And Prairieville takes a lead in the top of the first. The other runners advance as well. So now you have Harvey at third, Allie at second, and first base is empty. So that's a ball, so the count is 1-1. And there's a foul ball down the third baseline. 1-2 the count. This would be a great time for Zenon to get her second strikeout of the inning and of the game. 1-2, 2 outs, 2 on, 1-0. Fouled away again. Count remains 1-2. So far this inning, Fisackerly was hit by a pitch. She scored later. Piper grounded to third. Binkson walked. LeBlanc struck out. Allie was hit by a pitch. And during this at bat, Fisackerly scored on the wild pitch. So 1 run so far on no hits. And another hit batter. That's tough. That's 3. Can't find her control right now. And now the bases are loaded, and Parker LeDuff comes to the plate. LeDuff is a junior. In a big situation with the bases loaded. And she is squaring to bunt, but takes the ball high. Don't believe that she had any intentions of offering right there. Now Coach Tony is going to come to home plate and talk to the home plate umpire. And that's the second visit. We may be seeing a new pitcher right here. And that's exactly what's going to happen. And Savannah Baker is going to come in to pitch. So Savannah Baker is going to make an early appearance. She is the pitcher that we're used to seeing over the years for the Lady Spartans. She is making her 7th appearance of the season. She has a 3.84 ERA. She's pitched 23.2 innings, given up 28 hits, 17 runs, 13 of them earned. And she is going to have to get out of a tough situation that she inherits as the bases are loaded. Right now, bases are loaded. 1 run is in, and Prairieville does not have a base hit. In fact, they've only made contact 1 time in the field, and that was the ground out by Piper to Touye. So you have 3 hit batters, a walk, a wild pitch, and that's how Prairieville has the lead. And you can't give up another base runner right here. So Savannah Baker, first pitch, misses. So the count is 2-0 because she inherited 1 ball. So 2-0. LeDuff might see a good pitch right here. And she hits it to second, pop up, and a play will be made by Bradbury. So Bradbury gets the Lady Spartans out of the inning, and so you have 1 run on no hits, 3 left on base, and so it's going to be 1 for Prairieville, and East Ascension will come to bat for the first time and look at their lineup. You see right there, Caden Toulier, instant offense at the top of the lineup. Number 43 bats first, plays at third. Mackenzie Creel, number 10, bats second. She is the first baseman. Emma Blanchard, number 11, will play right field and bat third. At cleanup, 23, Adeline Bradbury, second baseman, who just made that play. Savannah Baker will be the designated player, and I believe she will likely move into, she's obviously the pitcher now, as Zenon is going to be replaced there. And then you have Madison Stevens, number 2, who is the shortstop. Then you have Tierney Zenon, who came in as a pitcher. We'll see if she still bats in the 7th spot right there. And then in the 8th spot, you have Avery Stevens, who is the catcher. And then to close out the lineup in the batting order, left fielder Z. Jackson,
number 43,
number 4, playing left field. And so here we go. On the mound for Prairieville is Brooke Claymont, and she is 3-2 on the season with a 2.9 earned run average. But she's going to face the best player in Ascension Parish over the last couple of years, Caden Toulier, and the first pitch is a strike. 556. She's always at, near, or over that 500 mark since last season. 4-year starter, 1-1. She's had 27 official at-bats, and 8 of them have been homers. 17 RBIs. Just mind-blowing stats. Grounder foul. 1-2. She leads the team in plate appearances, hits, homers, runs batted in, walks, and stolen bases. 1-2. And that's a fly ball to right, and it is caught by the right fielder, Richard. A beautiful catch for the first out, and Toulier is retired. And let's go ahead and take a look at the defense after this play. As you see, a great play by Madeline Richard near the wall. And the defensive lineup for Prairieville: in the outfield, you got Fasackley in left, LaDuff center, Richard in right. Then you got Blanchard, LeBlanc, Piper, and Harvey in the infield. Claymont is the pitcher, and Bingston is behind the plate. And there's a fly ball to right field, and another catch made by Richard. She has seen all the action here in this first inning, and she is going to be winded after those 2 runs. But she has made the plays both times, and so well-hit balls opposite field. But Richard saves the day. And now you have Emma Blanchard. That was Mackenzie Creel, who just flew out the second out to right. Now Emma Blanchard, she's only hitting .519, so that's not bad. Pitch outside, 2-0. So Claymont got 2 outs in the first 5 pitches. Now behind 2-0. Grounder foul. Good grab by Piper. But a foul ball. So Creel Blanchard up right now has 14 hits on the season, looking for number 15 right here. And a breaking ball, change of pace. Frozer and it's 2-2. So Claymont 1 strike away from a 1-2-3 inning. That's not it. Count is full. Bradbury on deck. I tell you, the top of this lineup, there are no easy outs. This team can hit the softball. And there's a grounder to third. Great stop by Piper. Throw to first in time. 5-3 for the first out. So 3 up, 3 down. And after one, Prairieville leads East Ascension 1-0. We'll take a break. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
Global industries rely on GIS for design, construction, fabrication, and more.
At GIS, we rely on REV Business for all of our internet connectivity. REV's dedicated fiber network fuels all of our client work and project timeline. Our large CAD files require a ton of bandwidth, and we communicate in real time with no lagging. REV connects us to the world with incredible speed and reliability. They really know how to drill down.
Rev Business. Fiber internet, phone, video. Visit letsrev.biz.
The athletic training staff of East Ascension High School would like to thank the following sponsors for their support of our Spartans Sports Medicine Program. Precision Pools and Outdoors, Parish Engineering, Black Bayou Lending, OxyChem, the RV Shop, Innovative Orthotics and Prosthetics of Louisiana.
Welcome back to the Rev Game of the Week. Jeff Porsche with you, flying solo today as we go to the second inning, and Prairieville leads East Ascension 1-0. And we're going to see Madeline Richard, J.C. Harvey, and Haley Fasackerly for Prairieville. And Madeline Richard, she made 2 outstanding plays in right field. She robbed Touye of extra bases for the first out. And we'll see what happens. But, you know, in a lot of cases when a player makes a great play in the field, they come up and they do something at the plate as well. First pitch is a ball. And you got to talk about what Savannah Baker did just now to get that third out, that fly out to Bradbury, because that saved the day. Kept Prairieville from getting what we like to call a crooked number on the board. An homage to Mike Moeller out there. As the 1-0 pitch is a strike, and it's 1-1. And here's the pitch. Fouled away. 1-2. That was a great decision by Coach Tony to remove Zenon and bring in Baker, because you don't want that game to get out of hand in the first inning, and that's exactly what was about to happen with 3 hit batters. As a pop-up to second, and another play made by Adeline Bradbury. So she's made back-to-back outs as Richard pops up to second base. Bradbury was an outfielder for the Lady Spartans last year. She moved to second. The second baseman, Madison Stevens, moved to short. She replaces Maya Lanou, who was the longtime shortstop but has moved on and graduated. With 1 out, J.C. Harvey comes to the plate, the 9 hitter. And there's a strike. Harvey's a freshman. Lots of freshmen and sophomores in this starting lineup. There's only a couple of seniors on this team. This team is very young, but they've been very successful so far this year. Count 1-1. After this, we go back to the top of the lineup. And that's to Bradbury. Makes another out. So Bradbury has 3 in a row, and it's a good thing she was an outfielder because she's used to those balls in the air making the play. And now we go to the top of the lineup. So 3 straight outs for Bradbury, and now Fisackerly will come to the plate. Her first appearance, she was hit by a pitch. So no official appearance. One ball. No strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the second. Prairieville leads 1-0. Neither team has a hit, but Prairieville has a run. Swing and a miss. So Savannah Baker has come in for Zenon and retired 3 in a row and looking for a 1-2-3 inning herself, just like Prairieville had in the top of the first. Fouled away. And Baker ahead, 1-2. Good shot of the Lady Canes. We covered this game here on the road at East Ascension last season with Prairieville, and they played really well. They had a lead, but East Ascension came back in the final innings and won that game as the home crowd wanted a strike right there, but it was a bit outside, and the count remains 2-2. Or count goes to 2-2, excuse me. Fisackerly has scored the only run of the game. That was on a wild pitch. Inside, count is full. Piper is on deck. 3-2, 2 outs, nobody on. EA looking for a 1-2-3 inning. Trying to answer Prairieville's 1-2-3 inning, but you're going to get the first base hit of the day instead. Fisackerly has reached base for the second time today. She was hit by a pitch, and now she singles to left. Now, she did steal a base. That was her second of the season. Her last at-bat in the first. We'll see what she does here with 2 outs. Piper at the plate. Piper grounded out to Touye in the first. Runner not going, fouled away. 0-1. Baker in the circle. Now on the rubber, and the ball is low, and Fisackerly will take second base again. She was moving on the pitch before it was in the dirt. That may be another stolen base. That would be 2 today. And now a runner in scoring position. Base hit likely scores a run. Ball 2, 2 balls and 1 strike. Bankston is on deck. Fouled away, and the count goes 2-2. Richard popped to second. Harvey flew to second. Fasackerly single to left. And here we are, 2 outs, 2-2, runner on second. Prairieville trying to extend their lead. Inside, and the count goes full. First base is open, but you got a solid hitter coming up on deck. And it's grounded to third. Tuyer's got it. Easy throw to first for the out. And so they get their first hit. No runs on one hit and one left. And so we go to the bottom of the second, and it's 1-0. Prairieville leads East Ascension. And as we go between innings, we're going to stay here, and we're going to talk about what's going on for the Lady Canes as far as their schedule goes. And Thursday, they're going to go to Walker, and that is a district matchup on the road. And then they're going to play over the weekend some really good teams in the Acadiana tourney. That's Friday against Lafayette High. Saturday, they're going to take on the defending state champion, Sam Houston. And then also on Saturday in the nightcap, they will take on Sulphur. So this is a tough stretch for the Lady Canes this week. You've got 5 games over the next 5 days. Actually, you include the one yesterday that they won against St. Joe's, which is no joke either. And they'll see if they can go 2-0 on the early part of this schedule as they lead 1-0, but lots of softball to be played here today. And you're going to see 4, 5, and 6 as Claymont had a 1-2-3 first. Now it's Bradbury, Baker, and Stevens. Another dangerous stretch, and that's a strike right down the middle. It was a 1-2-3 inning, but there were some really well-hit balls with great defense by Piper and Richard. That was in the bottom of the first. And that pitch misses for a ball. Bradbury, she leads the team in at bat. She's hitting .313 on the year. 9 of her 10 hits have been singles. And a swing and a miss. Alford had something in the dirt, and I think she knew that when she offered. And the count goes 1-2. And that one was at her head and fouls it away in our direction behind home plate. Count remains 1-2. But she stayed alive. That's key. And there's a grounder to second. It's picked up by LeBlanc over to Blanchard for the first out. 4-3, and that's 4 in a row for Claymont. So you've seen 4 really, really tough hitters on the EA side, and they go down 4 in a row. And now you have Savannah Baker, who's hitting .444, so doesn't get any easier here either. And she has 3 home runs and 16 RBIs on the year. But there's a grounder to short. Harvey to Blanchard, 6-3. And that's kind of a repeat of what we saw in the first inning. You had the first out, and then the first pitch of the second batter, you have a second out. So 2 up, 2 down, 5 in a row for Claymont. And now Madison Stevens comes up. She's hitting .400. This would be quite the feat here if she can get 3 up, 3 down in back-to-back innings against EA. There's a ball outside. One nothing our score. Prairieville with the lead. 1 run on 1 hit. Pop up, and LeBlanc calls for it and makes the catch. And so another 3 up, 3 down inning for Claymont. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We go to the third. 1-0. Prairieville leads East Ascension. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
Global industries rely on GIS for design, construction, fabrication, and more.
At GIS, we rely on REV Business for all of our internet connectivity. REV's dedicated fiber network fuels all of our client work and project timeline. Our large CAD files require a ton of bandwidth, and we communicate in real time with no lagging. REV connects us to the world with incredible speed and reliability. They really know how to drill down.
REV Business. Fiber internet, phone, video. Visit letsrev.biz.
The athletic training staff of East Ascension High School would like to thank the following sponsors for their support of our Spartans Sports Medicine Program. State Farm Insurance Agent Adam McCarty. Ross Downing Buick GMC Gonzalez. Athletic Center. Our Lady of the Lake Health. Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic Foundation.
Top of the third in Gonzales, Louisiana, home of the East Ascension High School Lady Spartans. As our score 1-0, Prairieville with the lead as we are getting close to sundown in early March. And we're very close to daylight savings time, so this time next week won't be like that. It's going to be 3, 4, 5 for Prairieville in the top of the third. That's Bingston, LeBlanc, and Alley. All 3 of these facing Baker for the first time, fouled away. Tierney Zenon got the start, but had all kinds of control issues. Savannah Baker has come in and calmed things down. Doing a good job in a circle today. And there's a changeup. Strike 2. Bingston walked, got a stolen base, and then was replaced by Skylar Harvey on the base path. And she got all the way to third before being stranded. 0-2. That just misses. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Good shot of Savannah Baker. She is an experienced pitcher for sure. Swing and a miss. And a throw to first. And she is out. So the first strikeout for Savannah Baker, first strikeout for Bingston today, and 1 out in the top of the third. And now Allie LeBlanc faces Baker for the first time. She was a strikeout victim, but that was to Zenon in the first. As I said earlier, it's a beautiful day, 77 degrees, and there's a pop-up sky high. Creel calls for it and makes the catch. This has been a pattern here as the second batter of every inning, it seems like, is making it out on the first pitch. It's happened twice to East Ascension. Now it's happened once to Prairieville. Alley at the plate. She was hit by Zenon her first at bat. Rounder to Touye. This is her third attempt and gets to first for an easy out, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. Very quickly, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. Bottom of the third, and nothing for East Ascension, 1 for the Lady Canes. And yesterday was Senior Day as EA hosted St. Thomas Aquinas. The EA seniors were recognized before the game in a ceremony, and we've got a couple of shots for you. That was what each of the senior players received, the uniform and some shots of them and their career here at East Ascension. And when you look at these 7 seniors, they, along with Coach Tony, have changed the culture here for East Ascension Lady Spartan softball. Lucy Cheney, Z Jackson, Caden Touye, Mackenzie Creel, Avery and Madison Stevens, the twins, and then Cameron Bennett. These girls came at a key time in the history of EA softball, and they have turned this program into a winner once again. Right now they trail, as you see what they're going to face coming up Thursday at Live Oak, and then they're going to play in the Santa Monica Invitational on the 13th and 14th. Then they're going to play in the Sulphur Tournament on the 20th and the 21st. And now we're ready. 7, 8, 9 coming up, and Zenon's still hitting. Takes a strike. So Baker and Zenon switch positions, but remain in the batting order. High. 1 ball, 1 strike. Zenon has a home run on the season, so she has long ball power. It was originally blowing out to left. Now it's blowing more towards center, but it's still blowing out. There's a grounder foul behind home plate. Both of these teams could hit the long ball really well. As we said, Zenon was the starting pitcher. She was removed. And now Baker is in the circle. And she will move to the designated player spot. Ooh, that's a close one. Misses just outside. 2-2. Two and two, nobody out. Fouled off her foot. As I said, 7, 8, 9 to face Claymont. It had Zenon, Avery Stevens, and Z Jackson. Zenon new to the EA program. Takes ball 3. As I said at the beginning of the game, she comes from St. James Parish. And if EA is going to make a run, they're going to need her to be a quality pitcher. She had her problems today, but she's been pretty good this season so far. There's a fly ball to right center, and it's going to fall. First base hit for the Lady Spartans, and it's from Tierney Zenon. And now Avery Stevens in the 8th spot will come to the plate.
Number 55, the catcher, Avery Stevens.
And so the catcher and the pitcher, Claymont and Bankston, will talk things over. Coach Tony will talk things over with Stevens. Zenon will be at first. Nobody out, and drops a bunt, and the play is at first, and that's way over the head of the first baseman, and they're going to send Zenon home. Now they stop her, and that was a wise decision. Coach Tony looked like she was telling her to keep on going, but that ball came in very quickly, and now there's runners at second and third, and that's going to be an E2.
Now batting.
And
number 4,
Avery Stevens is at second,
Jackson.
and Tierney Zenon is at third, and Z Jackson will come to the plate.
Courtesy runner, number 15, Riley Bourgeois.
So Riley Boudreau will come in. Excuse me, Riley Bourgeois is going to come in and run at second base. Zenon stays at third. Left fielder, Z. Jackson. And a pitch. A little high. 1 ball. You got to get this out right here because you're about to face Caden Touye on deck. Two and 0. This is an important stretch in this ball game. I can tell you that right now. They got the first 6 in a row. 7 and 8 have reached base, and 9 is ahead in the count, 2 and 0. There's a strike. 2 and 1. Z. Jackson hitting .291 on the season. She has 11 base hits, 6 singles, 5 doubles. And that is foul. Hot shot. Not straight. Beautiful ballpark here in Gonzales. Two and 2. Nobody out. Inside. 3 and 2. Nearly hit her. So this is a big pitch right here. Zenon got a single to right center. Stevens reached on an error. That's where you have runners on second and third. And that's a bouncer. And the throw to first, nobody there. The first baseman came in, Blanchard, to get the ball, but Claymont grabbed it. LeBlanc sprinted to first, but did not get there in time. That's going to be an infield hit. And now the bases are loaded and Caden Touye's up. And this is definitely worth a trip to the mound. Kayla Prater there to talk about it. Touye's .556 going into the game. She's 0 for 1. And if you're a 500 hitter and you're 0 for 1, the odds are in your favor now. So now you got your 7, 8, and 9 hitters on base. 2 hits and an error. So Zenon is at third, Avery Stevens is at second, and Jackson is at first. Touye was robbed of extra bases on a great catch in right field by Richard. Inside. 1 ball. No strikes. Southeastern commit. Touye, 1-0. Grounder through the infield that was playing in, and that'll score 2 runs, and it goes past the center fielder. 3 runs will score. Touye rounding third, and she will head home and score, and 4 runs just cross the plate on a single.
I don't know how you score that, ladies and gentlemen, but it looked like a home run to me.
A single and then a multi-base error. The public address announcer said he didn't know how to score it. The center fielder bobbled it. He got her glove on it, and then it got away. You got to give her at least a couple of RBIs on that. for sure. So 2 errors, very costly for Prairieville. And now it's 4-1 just like that. And that wasn't nearly the hardest ball we've ever seen Caden Touye hit. And if that ball was hit with the infield playing at regular depth, it may not have been a hit. One and one to count. So Prairieville behind 4-1 now. 1-1, bases empty. Nobody out. 4 runs in, foul ball. That's some hard luck for Prairieville this inning, but that's something that a young team's going to go through. A learning experience for sure. And that's low. Count 2-2, nobody out. So Zenon got a base hit. Avery Stevens reached on an error. Zakia Jackson got a infield hit. And then Caden Touye got a base hit that turned into a bases clearing 4-run single. Two and two, nobody out. Fly ball to right, nobody there. With all the hoopla around the 4-run base hit, we didn't say that Mackenzie Creel was at the plate. And we didn't say it last time because she swung at the first pitch. She's hitting .313. She flew out to right the first at bat. And that's fouled away. Count remains 2-2. So Claymont has been in a little bit of trouble. The defense behind her hasn't been completely helpful to her. She got the first 6 in a row, but now 4 in a row have reached base. And they've all scored. Oh, that was wicked. She was a mile ahead of that one, and she gets the first out. Great pitch.
Right fielder, number 11, Emma Blanchard.
Now Emma Blanchard will come to the plate with 1 out. The right fielder. She grounded to Piper to end the first inning. First pitch is a ball. Four runs on 3 hits so far this inning. And a ball. Two and 0, and that close shave right there. 3-0. And Blanchard telling Claymont to relax. Then Piper comes and joins the conversation. Now back in the circle. 3-0. Strike called. Blanchard disagrees, but count moves to 3-1. One out. That was the Creole strikeout on the changeup. Fouled away. Claymont fighting back. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Claymont's a sophomore. And another wicked pitch for a strikeout. So back-to-back strikeouts, both caught looking. Actually, not the first one wasn't caught looking. The first one was a swinging strikeout, but Blanchard caught looking, and now Bradbury comes to the plate. So back-to-back strikeouts after giving up 4 runs. That's a heck of a comeback. Fouled away. And this is a good job by Coach Schulz, and you can tell this team is well coached because this could have unraveled very quickly, and it has not. And there's a liner to short, and Harvey will end the inning on the line drive. And so you have 4 runs on 3 hits, and nobody left on base. It's 4-1 East Ascension with the lead as we go to the 4th. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
Global industries rely on GIS for design, construction, fabrication, and more.
At GIS, we rely on REV Business for all of our internet connectivity. REV's dedicated fiber network fuels all of our client work and project timelines. Our large CAD files require a ton of bandwidth, and we communicate in real time with no lagging. REV connects us to the world with incredible speed and reliability. They really know how to drill down.
REV Business. Fiber internet, phone, video. Visit letsrev.biz.
The athletic training staff of East Ascension High School would like to thank the following sponsors for their support of our Spartans Sports Medicine Program. Precision Pools and Outdoors, Parish Engineering, Black Bayou Lending, OxyChem, The RV Shop, Innovative Orthotics and Prosthetics of Louisiana.
We go to the top of the 4th, and East Ascension has struck with 4 runs on 3 hits in the bottom of the 3rd. They now lead 4-1. I'm Jeff Porsche, and I'm with you here to give you the rest of this game. And now Prairieville has to answer, and you're going to get 6, 7, 8 Jordan Blanchard, Parker LaDuff, and Madeline Richard coming to the plate. This is Blanchard's first at-bat against Baker. First time she faced Zenon. She was the last batter to face Zenon. Technically, LaDuff was the last batter to face Zenon as she took a ball and then was replaced by Baker. But you have a ball right there. And that was a good job by Prairieville getting out of that inning. I was interrupted by the line drive, but you had a couple of errors that cost them. You had a infield single where nobody was covering first, and it looked like things were going badly, but then they got 3 outs in a row right after that. And what could have become a 6 or 7 run inning stayed at a 4-run inning. Blanchard was hit by Zenon in the first. 2-0 leadoff hitter. Strike called. 2-1. Baker has done a great job. She inherited bases loaded, 1 run in with 2 outs in the first. And she has not given up an additional run. Right now, Prairieville only has 1 hit on the day. And there's a fly ball to center, and it's caught by Hartley Berthelot. And so Blanchard flies out for the first out of the fourth inning. Parker LaDuff will come to the plate. She was the first batter to face Baker, and she popped to Bradbury to end the first inning. Showing bunt. Takes a strike. 0-1, 1 out. One run on one hit for Prairieville. East Ascension has 4 runs on 3 hits. Rounder to first. Stabbed and thrown to first. Baker to Creel for the second out. Great reflexes right there by the pitcher. And she continues to take down the Lady Canes. That's 6 in a row. In fact, she's retired 9 of 10. The only player to get a hit is Fisackerly. Strike called. Ahead in the count. Richard popped to Bradbury. She was the second of 3 straight that flew out to Bradbury. Oh and 1, 2 outs, swing and a miss. 0 and 2, and Creel is 1 strike away from getting another 1-2-3 inning. Baker, excuse me. Creel was actually the 3rd pitching option for East Ascension. And a strikeout, and she retires the side again. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We go to the bottom of the 4th, and it's 4-1 East Ascension with the lead. And as we go to the bottom of the 4th, let's talk about what's coming up on Rev Sports as we are in spring season now in full effect. Next week on Thursday, I'll be at Santa Ma for Dutchtown at Santa Ma. And then on Saturday the 14th, Jimmy and Mike will be at Prairieville for Dutchtown at Prairieville. And then in 2 weeks, you got East Ascension at Dutchtown softball, and then Santa Ma at Dutchtown baseball. So baseball and softball, and you know how much that is loved here in Ascension Parish. And it's going to be an interesting district season, that's for sure. As now that Prairieville is in the mix, you don't know what's going to happen. 5, 6, 7 coming up in the 4th. That's Savannah Baker, Madison Stevens, and Tierney Zenon. Savannah Baker with strike 1 from Claymont. Baker grounded to short. And that's a ball. Count 1-1. Nobody out in the bottom of the 4th. Fouled away. Back to the screen. One and 2. Baker came in to pitch in the top of the 1st to replace Zenon, and that was the decision of the game so far by Coach Tony. Swing and a miss, strikeout. And that's 3 of the last 4 who have struck out for East Ascension. And that's 4 in a row retired for Claymont after the bases clearing single 4-run score by Touye. So this is a great response. ball. Still at the beginning of district play, but right now Prairieville at 6-3 look like they're going to be a competitor for a playoff spot, like I said, as you have a great defensive play at third by Piper, and that's 5 in a row. You know what East Ascension can do, and you know that they're going to make a playoff run most likely. But this Prairieville team is young, and it's scary to think of what this team might be in a couple of years with all these freshmen and sophomores. But right now they're still young and learning, and they're still pretty good. 2 outs. Ball inside. So 5 in a row retired by Claymont. This inning, Baker struck out. Stevens grounded to third. That was Madison Stevens. Zenon at the plate. That's 2-0. Zenon gave up the run that Prairieville scored, but she made up for it by getting the first base of the game and scoring the first run for the Lady Spartans. So she has made amends. And trying to get on base for the second time today. 3-0. And 4 straight. And Zenon reaches base for the second time today.
Now batting.
And now Avery Stevens. And this is the part of the lineup that did the damage. 7, 8, and 9. This is the 8-hitter. Avery Stevens laid down a bunt, and Bingston threw it into right field for an error. First pitch is a strike. 2 outs. Extremely unlikely that she bunts unless she tries to catch the third baseman sleeping. Oh, 1. Oh, that changeup. She knows when to make that decision. So Claymont 0-2 after giving up the 4-pitch walk. Gets 2 straight strikes. And that misses outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on first. There's a grounder to short. Throw to first in time. Harvey to Blanchard for the 3rd out, 6-3. And no runs on no hits, no errors, 1 left. And we go to the 5th inning, 4-1 East Ascension. You're watching the REV game of the week.
Global industries rely on GIS for design, construction, fabrication, and more.
At GIS, we rely on REV Business for all of our internet connectivity. REV's dedicated fiber network fuels all of our client work and project timeline. Our large CAD files require a ton of bandwidth, and we communicate in real time with no lagging. REV connects us to the world with incredible speed and reliability. They really know how to drill down.
REV Business. Fiber internet, phone, video. Visit letsrev.biz.
The athletic training staff of East Ascension High School would like to thank the following sponsors for their support of our Spartans Sports Medicine Program. State Farm Insurance Agent Adam McCarty. Ross Downing Buick GMC Gonzalez. Athletic Center. Our Lady of the Lake Health. Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic Foundation.
Welcome back to the Rev Game of the Week. Jeff Porsche with you. And East Ascension, with that 4-run third, has the lead on Prairieville 4-1. As you see right there, Tulier's having fun. She cleared the bases on a single and an error. All 4 runs scored off of her bat. Baker in the circle has retired 10 of 11 that she's faced. And she's going to face 9-1-2. This is Harvey. And first pitch, popped too short, and Madison Stevens makes the catch. Boy, this game really changed when Baker got in the circle. To Sackerly. She's reached base twice. She's 1 for 1 on the day. Single and a hit by pitch. Takes a ball. We're in the middle of a 8-day stretch, which has been huge for Prairieville High School sports. We'll talk about that after the next pitch. Fouled away. Last Thursday, if you were here for our Rev Game of the Week, the Prairieville girls basketball team beat Salmon, and they moved to March Madness. On Friday, the boys soccer team played for the state championship and lost. They lost in overtime 2-1 to Turlings Catholic. This Thursday, the girls play in their semifinal March Madness game at 8 against Slidell. Down 2-1. East Ascension has a second round boys basketball game on the road. And the Santa Maria boys basketball team has a home game in the second round of the playoffs. Fly ball to right, and coming in and making the catch. Nice dive and play by Emma Blanchard in right field. She got a late jump, but then she made the move and was able to make the play. And it's 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. Now Isabella Piper will come to the plate. She's grounded to Tulier both times. There's a ball. Baker has now gone through the lineup and retired 9 in a row. Trying to get 10 right here. Only 1 base runner since she's entered the game. And there's a strike. So 9 in a row, 12 of 13 now. And there's a changeup of her own. 1-2. Prairieville needs base runners. And that's a pop to Tulier, and she'll make the 3rd consecutive out on Piper. And 3 up, 3 down again for the 3rd inning in a row. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. And we go to the bottom of the 5th, and it's 4-1 East Ascension leading the Lady Canes. And now let's look at Prairieville and some of the games that we're going to see during the spring season. for the softball and baseball teams. Dutchtown at Prairieville on the 14th. Then 10 days later, we're going to get another baseball game here at East Ascension, Prairieville at EA. Then softball will get the rematch, East Ascension at Prairieville on the 26th. Then on April 2nd, they're going to go to Santa Maria for softball. And then on the 6th, they're going to go to Santa Maria for baseball. So still have 5 games for Prairieville. We've had a lot of games for Prairieville in this little stretch just because the soccer team and the girls basketball team have done so well that they just kept on getting on our broadcasts because we're going to cover every playoff game that's of huge importance like that. Pretty good for a second-year program. 9-1-2 now coming up for East Ascension. Z Jackson at the plate, then Tullier and Creel. Strike. Jackson had the infield hit right before Tullier cleared the bases. And there's a ball. 1-1 to count. 1-1. Tullier on deck. And there's a slow grounder to third and a quick throw for the out. Piper to Blanchard, 5-3. And Jackson is retired for the first time tonight. Now Tullier, she flew to right, and then she had the 2 RBI base hit that turned into a 4-run at bat after the error by the center fielder as she misplayed it in a roll to the wall. And all 4 runs scored on that at bat. Oh, that hits her. So she's going to reach base. Lost control of that one. You don't want to put her on base because now she's got a chance to get her 10th stolen base of the season. Now Mackenzie Creel, I'm going to call her name because I haven't had many chances to. She's 0 for 2. And not going. Ball outside. But they're definitely preoccupied with her. One out. Runner on first. Swing and a miss. And the tag at second, safe. That was a close play. It's a good throw by Bingston. But Tullier just too fast. Very close play. 10th bag of the year. 1-1 is the count. There's a grounder to short. Harvey to Blanchard for the second out, and Tullier stays at second. So she remains in scoring position, and Emma Blanchard will get a chance
now at the plate, right field,
to pick her up.
11, Emma Blanchard.
She's hitting .519, and she's 0 for 2, so the odds are definitely in her favor, you might think. She grounded to Piper in the first, and she struck out looking in the third, and she takes a ball. One play, the base hit by Tullier, has been the difference in this game. Two 2-0. First base is open. You have Bradbury on deck, who is not a long ball threat, but she can definitely hit the ball well. She's a .313 hitter. 2-0. And there's a fly ball to the gap, and it's going to clear the base. I guess you could say clear one run, and it's 5-1, as that was a well-hit ball, and the left fielder was playing shallow because they're trying to make sure that the run doesn't score on a base hit, but then it went past her, over her head, and it's a bases RBI double. I say clears the bases, only one runner scored. That was Touye. 5-1. So Blanchard gets her first base hit and her first RBI. Bradbury takes a ball. First base still open. And there's a grounder to short. Harvey to Blanchard and a third out, but you get an insurance run in the fifth, one run on one hit and no errors and one left, and it's 5-1 East Ascension as we go to the sixth. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
Global industries rely on GIS for design, construction, fabrication, and more.
At GIS, we rely on REV Business for all of our internet connectivity. REV's dedicated fiber network fuels all of our client work and project timeline. Our large CAD files require a ton of bandwidth, and we communicate in real time with no lagging. REV connects us to the world with incredible speed and reliability. They really know how to drill down.
REV Business. Fiber internet, phone, video. Visit letsrev.biz.
The athletic training staff of East Ascension High School would like to thank the following sponsors for their support of our Spartans Sports Medicine Program: Precision Pools and Outdoors, Parish Engineering, Black Bayou Lending, OxyChem, the RV Shop, Innovative Orthotics and Prosthetics of Louisiana.
Go to the top of the sixth as the sun is almost completely set here at East Ascension, as the Lady Spartans lead the Lady Canes 5-1, as EA gets an extra run in the fifth inning. And if Prairieville is going to do some damage, they need to do it right here, because they got 3, 4, and 5 coming up. The only problem is that Baker has retired 13 of the last 14 batters. She's only faced 14 and retired 13 of them. And there's a fly ball to center, and that is over the head of the center fielder Berthelot, and it's a double. And that's a good start for the Lady Canes. Only the second hit of the day, and the first extra base hit. So officially, Bingston is now 1 for 2 in her 3 plate appearances. And now Allie LeBlanc, who's 0 for 2 in that cleanup spot. Nobody out. That ends a streak of 10 in a row outs for Baker, and that's a ball. One run on 2 hits so far today. That second hit was that last double by Ellie Bingston. Grounder, fair ball, throw to first. Runner goes to third. And so Touye makes the play, and it's 1 out, and they will certainly sacrifice the out for the runner moving to third as Bingston goes to third. Now Allie comes to the plate. She's had 2 plate appearances. She's 0 for 1, hit by pitch and grounded to Touye. Touye and Piper have had third base shut down on both sides. Now the infield playing very close, and first pitch is a ball. They are definitely looking for a play at the plate right here. Only the second baseman, Bradbury, is back at regular depth. Swing and a miss. One ball, one strike, one out. Looking at her armband, Baker now ready to the rubber. And they drop the bunt, and they're going to throw to third, and the tag's safe, and the runner reaches first safely on the fielder's choice. So now you have runners at first and third. It's debatable on whether they had a play there, but that play was very close at third, as Stevens came over to cover the bag. And now Jordan Blanchard comes to the plate, hit by pitch, flew to center. So making some noise. Prairieville not going away. And that's popped up, and that's likely to be the first out, and it is. So Blanchard pops to Baker for the first out. Runners remain at first and third. Make that 2 outs, excuse me. You had the earlier grounder to third. So LaDuff now comes to the plate. LaDuff popped to second, and there's a shot to left over the head, and a run will score. And they're going to wave a second runner in, and she is going to score, and they're going to throw to third, and she is out for the third out. So 2 runs score on the double by LaDuff, and so you get 2 runs on 2 hits and no errors and nobody left, as the play is going to go 7-5 for the third out. And so our score after 5.5 is 5-3. East Ascension holds the lead. And so that will do it for that rally. And Prairieville gets a little closer, but as we switch to the bottom of the 6th, let's look at what East Ascension has coming up on the REV game of the week. And they will be at Dutchtown on St. Patrick's Day. And then on the 24th, Prairieville will be at East Ascension. We talked about that. That's baseball. And then in softball, you get the rematch at Prairieville on the 26th. And then the 28th, Santa Ma at East Ascension. So now we got a ball game again, as Prairieville has fought back with 2 runs on the 2-run double by LaDuff, but got thrown out at third.
Savannah Baker.
And so they will have one more chance. And that run in the 5th inning by East Ascension on the Blanchard double proves to be more important now than ever. 5, 6, and 7. Baker, Madison Stevens, and Zenon. Baker grounded to short and struck out. Brooke Claymont has pitched a great game today. She got in that trouble giving up the 7, 8, and 9 hitters getting on base. Ball high. 1-1. And that cost her when Touye got the base hit / error, and all 4 runs scored. But she's done a great job, and she's just a sophomore. But Coach Tony over there at third base coach and the head coach, she knows that this is the year. This has to be the year for this team with the seniors that they have. And they've been close, as you see Coach Tony right there. 1-2. And that hit the helmet, or did it hit the bat? They're going to say it hit the bat. And it's a foul ball. This team has been so close to Sulphur. 2 years ago, they could smell it. They had 2 outs against Ponchatoula, and they gave up a grand slam and lost. Then last year, they played in the quarterfinals at Santa Maria, and they just ran into an outstanding Santa Maria team and lost there, too. There's a grounder. Piper to first for the out. Like I said, third base is on lockdown right now on both sides.
Now batting, shortstop, number 2, Madison Stevens.
And so Madison Stevens comes up, popped to second, grounded to third. And there's a fly ball to right, and coming in and can't make the play is Richard, and it's a base hit. She came in quick, but could not get there. She was able to get her glove on it, but could not make the play. So there's a base hit. That is a 5th base hit for East Ascension. And now Zenon. She's reached base twice. Single and a walk. Ball. East Ascension could use another insurance run, as Prairieville got 2 in the top of the 6th. Ball inside. 2-0. We talked about Zena, and she was the starting pitcher, and they're going to need her to be a key component of this team if they're going to make a run to Sulphur this year. 3-0. They've been so close, but we talked about those seniors, and you saw all of them a little bit earlier. People like Baker, Touye, the Stevens girls. Just loaded. Strike. You know this team can hit the ball, and they got some 500 and 400 hitters. If they can get enough pitching to survive, there's no reason why this team can't make it. 3-1. Ball 4.
Now at the plate, the catcher, number 55, Avery Beaver.
And we're going to have a courtesy runner. This is 25.
Courtesy runner, number 25,
Chloe Johnson. And we're going to have a discussion between Bingston and Claymont, as you have 1 out and runners at first and second, and you can't give up any more runs, as you only have 3 more outs on offense. And right now you've got 8 and 9, and I'm sure that's part of the discussion. You got 1 out, so if 1 or more base runner reaches, Touye is going to come to the plate again. So you got to get 8 and 9 right here. Ball. There's a grounder to short. 1 play at first in time. Harvey to Blanchard. And they get that important second out, but the base runners advance. And now Z. Jackson comes to the plate.
Number 7, Zakiya Jackson.
And she has a single and scored a run, and she grounded to third. And they're going to pitch to her for sure because you have Touye on deck, even though first base is wide open. Fouled away. One out from getting away from a jam right here. Brooke Claymont has done a great job today. 5 hits against a team like EA that has bats all over the lineup. And a couple of 500 hitters. Fouled away, 0-2. If she can get through this 6th inning with a 5-3 game, she's done her job. High. When you look at what they've done, EA, they've scored 18, 14, 15, or 9, 12, 15, and 8 and 12 this season. And right now they're at 5. She's done something that most teams cannot do. Close, but no cigar. 2-2. That close to getting to the 7th. And there's a base hit up the middle, and both runs are going to score. And the batter's going to go to second, and Z Jackson comes up with the big insurance hit, and it's 7-3. East Ascension with the lead. Prairieville thought that they had the third strike a moment ago. It was a bit outside, and the next pitch is a single to center field. And now Touye comes to the plate. But the damage was already done. She's 1 for 2 and hit by a pitch. And there's a grounder to short, and a sharp play, and in time as Harvey holds on and recovers and throws the first for the third out. Look at this. This is as hot a shot as you can get, and look at Harvey make the play, picks it up and throws the first for the third out, but you get 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left, and it's 7-3 going to the 7th. You're watching the REV Game of the Week.
Global industries rely on GIS for design, construction, fabrication, and more.
At GIS, we rely on REV Business for all of our internet connectivity. REV's dedicated fiber network fuels all of our client work and project timeline. Our large CAD files require a ton of bandwidth, and we communicate in real time with no lagging. REV connects us to the world with incredible speed and reliability. They really know how to drill down.
REV Business. Fiber internet, phone, video. Visit letsrev.biz.
The athletic training staff of East Ascension High School would like to thank the following sponsors for their support of our Spartans Sports Medicine Program. State Farm Insurance Agent Adam McCarty. Ross Downing Buick GMC Gonzalez. Athletic Center. Our Lady of the Lake Health. Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic Foundation.
We go to the top of the 7th, and East Ascension is 3 outs away from a district win against Prairieville. Prairieville needs 4 to tie and 5 to take the lead. And they were able to get to Savannah Baker in the 6 for 2, but now they need 4 more, and it's going to be 8, 9, and 1. So the bottom 2 hitters have to do something right here. This is Richard, Harvey, and then the top of the lineup with Vasackerly. And they're going to try to drop one, and they reach. Good bunt by Madeline Richard, a bunt single. And so the 8-hitter reaches. Now J.C. Harvey's going to come to the plate. She's had a great day at short. She's 0 for 2 today. Corners playing close. Middle infielders at medium depth. And they look for the bunt and pulls back and takes the ball. Runner at first, nobody out. Prairieville needs 4 runs. And they drop another bunt. And the throw is at first in time, 1-3. The throw back to second, safe. And so you get the sack, 1-3. Madeline Richard moves to second. And now you got Fasackerly and Piper coming to the plate. 2 of the players you want right here as you're at the top of the lineup. Fasackerly has a base hit, and it was off of Baker. Takes a ball. Prairieville is still alive. They're not looking for a bunt right here, most likely. First baseman Creel playing close. Popped up. Will it stay in play? It does, but it's dropped. So Creel had a chance to get the second out, but could not do it. Let's see if Fasackerly can make EA pay. A little high. Count 2-1. 1 out. Richard started the inning with a bunt single. Harvey sacrificed 1-3. And now at the plate, 3-1 to Fasackerly. First base is open, but you don't want extra base runners. You need outs. EA 2 outs from victory. Strike call, the count is full. Three and 2. Maybe the turning point in this inning right here. Swing and a miss, second out. That's a big comeback for Savannah Baker. And that is her 3rd strikeout of the day. And now Prairieville is down to their final out. Isabella Piper at the plate. 0 for 3, trying to get her first hit of the day. Bingston on deck, and she has long ball power. You don't want to face her. Two outs. And there's a fly ball, center field, and Berthelot will make the catch, and this game is over as Savannah Baker does a great job in relief of Zenon. as in the top of the 7th, you get no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. So Savannah Baker pitches 6 1/3 and gives up a couple of runs on 4 hits, and a great job. And so our final score here, as you see the two teams with the handshake, the final score 7-3, East Ascension with the victory, and you're going to get the prayer circle in the circle, or around the circle, as both of these teams, of course, know each other very well. Some of these Prairieville girls were districted to East Ascension before Prairieville came online a couple of years ago. And so the prayer circle is over. And you see the two teams. A lot of these girls play club ball together, and they may be teammates on some of these club teams, but that's what's going to happen when you have two teams that are close by, as we want to congratulate all of the Lady Spartan seniors once again. And you talk about the importance of these players, and what you want to look at right there, or you want to look at the third from the left and the third from the left, and that is Caden Touye, and she got that four-run base hit with the combined hit and error, and that's Caden Touye, the third one. She got the 4 runs that blew this game open and gave East Ascension a lead that they would never relinquish. Lucy Cheney, Z Jackson, Caden Touye, Mackenzie Creel, Avery Stevens, Madison Stevens, Cameron Bennett, your East Ascension Lady Spartan seniors, and they had a big game, and they needed all of those players along with Savannah Baker to get this win tonight. And so again, our final score 7-3, East Ascension with the victory, and they're going to move to 8-2, 2-1 in district play. With the loss, Prairieville drops to 6-4, 1-2 in district. Next week, we'll give you another softball game. We have a softball game on Thursday and a baseball game on Saturday, and that will be coming up on our REV game of the week. That will be Dutchtown at Santa Ma for softball and Dutchtown at Prairieville for baseball, but that's going to do it for our broadcast tonight. And we want to thank everybody. We want to thank Lyle Boudreau for giving us all the information and statistics. As you see, our schedule coming up over the next couple of weeks, and while you see that, I'll bring up everybody else. Of course, our director, Andre Chapoy, our man down on the field, Nolan, getting all of the action shots, and of course, Zane and Jake helping out. And flying solo tonight, and I got it done. Thank God. I'm Jeff Porsche. Our final score again, East Ascension 7, Prairieville 3. You've been watching the REV Game of the Week.